Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, disguised drugs, a warning from police about fake Xanax after a teenager died. Wildfire report, why the Premier is demanding an apology from the town of Jasper. And the final curtain, the Grindstone Theater at risk of closing.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
RCMP are putting out an urgent warning about fake Xanax pills after the recent death of a teenager in Edmonton. Officers believe a 16-year-old died of an overdose after taking pills which look like the anti-anxiety medication. The fake Xanax contains a powerful opioid. They're gray and rectangular with Onex imprint on one side and a number 2 on the other.
And even if you don't think that your child is capable of taking those pills, they're out there, they're being exposed. Our children are being exposed to these type of things, whether you like it or not. It's important that we just speak to them, educate them anyways, whether they're going to protect themselves or potentially a friend.
Edmonton police put out a warning about the same pills earlier this week. Alberta's Premier is demanding an apology and retraction for an independent report about the response to the Jasper wildfire. The report is coming out nearly a year after the fire destroyed a third of the town. It states jurisdictional overlap with the province took away the focus of incident commanders. CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports.
Did the province make the situation worse in Jasper?
We absolutely did not.
Alberta's Premier is on the defensive following an after-action report about the Jasper wildfire.
I'm very disappointed that this report politicizes what actually should be a very successful example of unified command.
The 57-page report commissioned by the town of Jasper and authored by 2 consulting firms said the overall response to the fire was a success and noted remarkable strengths in several areas. It also made recommendations for improvement and pointed out gaps. One section states jurisdictional overlap with the province created political challenges that disrupted the focus of incident commanders, leading to time spent managing inquiries and issues instead of directing the wildfire response and re-entry.
It is important to understand that this was a federal fire. It took place in a federal park, and it was a Federal Parks Canada response. So whatever it is that they are trying to do to deflect blame, I'm not impressed with it, and I would ask for an apology.
The municipality declined an interview but said the review was independently authored and involved more than 320 participants from multiple agencies.
I thought it was a well-rounded, well-conducted after-action review.
Wildfire scientist Mike Flanagan has read many of these kinds of reports, which he says are common after major disasters.
And these are necessary because, we want to learn from this catastrophic fire. It's normal for interested parties like the province to want information, but to the point where it was a distraction suggests there wasn't enough resources and communication could be better.
The municipality of Jasper did not say whether it would apologize to the Premier. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A group of Edmontonians trying to save the old Ram are celebrating the province's decision to reconsider its future.
We fought for this since 2015, so it's wonderful news. It's made my day, my month, my year.
The province is now accepting proposals for ways to repurpose the site of the former Royal Alberta Museum. Last year, the government said it planned to turn it into a park. It said upkeep of the vacant building was too high and renovations would be too expensive. After public backlash and an online survey, it's changing course. Members of Save the Old Ram Task Force are pleased with how the province plans to move forward.
Going the RFP route, it's a fair process, and that it then will elicit a whole range of uses, some of which can be combined, so that it becomes a multi-use cultural and heritage space, education, and primarily educational, because we need to educate Albertans and Canadians about our rich heritage, going back to the Indigenous past to the multicultural present.
Proposals can be submitted through the Alberta Purchasing Connection until September 26th. Police are looking for information about a woman from Saskatchewan who was last seen in Edmonton 2 months ago. The last reported sighting of Natanis Marasti came in early May at the Continental Inn on Stony Plain Road. She was seen driving away in her black Hyundai Tucson just after 2:30 in the morning. 20 minutes later, she was captured on CCTV at the 7-Eleven on 156th Street and 107th Avenue. 10 days later, Marasti's Tucson was found repainted on James Smith Cree Nation in Saskatchewan.
We have to acknowledge that her last sighting was here in Edmonton. So, hence, this investigation is from here, and we're pursuing every lead we can on it.
Police do not have any suspects in the case at this point. However, investigators have identified multiple people of interest. The province is putting $2.8 billion into Alberta's Heritage Savings Fund, bringing the balance to a record $30 billion. The Premier spoke today alongside the Finance Minister and the chair of the Crown Corporation that manages the fund. The funding is part of the government's plans to grow savings and eventually wean Alberta off the resource revenue roller coaster. Once it hits its $250 billion goal, the Premier says interest would be used to cover fluctuations in oil and gas prices, to spend on infrastructure, and keep taxes down. The province is encouraging people to get out and enjoy provincial parks. Tomorrow is Parks Day. Since 1990, Parks Day has been celebrated on the third Saturday of July to highlight the benefits of natural spaces across the country. This year marks the 95th anniversary of the provincial park system. You can find a list of tomorrow's events at albertaparks.ca. Thousands of visitors are getting the first crack at K-Days. A race through the gates. It's day one of the fair, and for the next 10 days, rides, games, music, and food will fill the Edmonton Expo Centre. This morning, early birds enjoyed the Premier's annual pancake breakfast, complete with a Royal Canadian Air Force flyby. Danielle Smith says K-Days is a great way to spend a summer day in Edmonton.
We showed the world that Edmonton really knows how to throw a party. Whether you are a longtime resident, newly arrived, or just visiting, K-Days offers something for everyone and is one of the best ways to experience Edmonton's unique character.
K-Days is the fourth largest fair in the country. The gates open at 11 a.m. and close at 11 p.m. Coming up next on CTV News, the longest ballot, a group once again registering dozens of candidates in Pierre Poilievre's new Alberta riding.
Programming brought to you by Federated Co-ops. Find your summer sweepstakes. Unlock your chances to win at your local co-op.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
The province is making changes to its Alberta Next online survey. The surveys were launched 3 weeks ago to gather opinion on Alberta distancing itself from the federal government. The questions cover topics including a provincial pension plan, police force, and tax collection agency. Some Albertans criticized the survey because there wasn't an option to disagree with certain concepts. The Premier spokesperson says in a statement, quote, panelists had heard feedback from various people during the week's town halls that they wanted a none-of-the-above option to select. The province says the results of the altered survey will be separate from the original survey results. So far, 32,000 people have filled out the survey. The group that targeted Pierre Poilievre's Ottawa riding in the last federal election is at it again. The longest ballot group ran dozens of candidates in Poilievre's Carleton riding during the April election. The Conservative leader lost his seat to Liberal Bruce Fanjoy. Now Poilievre is running in Battle River Crowfoot in southern Alberta after the Conservative MP there stepped down to allow a by-election. As of today, more than 100 candidates are registered in the riding. The majority are with the longest ballot group. A spokesperson says they're getting lots of complaints, which proves the point they're trying to make.
They're saying, like, well, why can't Elections Canada fix this? And the longest ballot people, we agree. Why can't a third party that's independent from the government fix, anything or change election laws? But the problem is that it's the winners that dictate how the election laws are done. The members of parliament, they're the ones that have to decide it. And then in turn, is it going to happen? Probably not until it starts to affect them a little bit. And so it's putting that little pressure on.
The group wants to register at least 200 candidates. The by-election is scheduled for August 18th. Let's head to the Great Outdoor Comedy Festival now. That's where we find Josh Clausen tonight. Josh, are you laughing yet?
No, but Park Ranger Donovan is on his way, and so he'll definitely have me laughing, and so will all the headliners on the stage behind me here later on this evening. It's actually going to be a beautiful evening for the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival down here at Kinsman Park for tonight, and then even tomorrow and Sunday, I think through the latter stages of the day, both days, it's more like scattered showers. It's really sort of the first half of the day tomorrow that looks like it's going to be the wettest as far as this weekend is concerned. Temperatures today made it into the mid-20s. It will be cooler for the weekend. Right now, we're sitting at 25 degrees downtown. We hit 26 for a daytime high, 22s off to the west and south of the city. It has been a little breezy, 15 gusting to 30, and I think there's more of that on the way as we head through the day tomorrow. 26 for a high puts us 2 degrees above average, but way off where we were a year ago when we hit a record-setting 35 degrees. There are showers and thunderstorms that have popped up in through the foothills and northwestern Alberta, right where we expected them. Those will all steer clear of the Edmonton area for the rest of tonight. As of right now, we have some severe thunderstorm watches for the south and western parts of the province, and even that one warning for the area in red. But for us here in Edmonton, it doesn't look like we'll see any of those showers and thunderstorms this evening. Overnight tonight and through the first half of the day tomorrow, some steadier periods of rain, and then cloudy with hit-and-miss showers through the afternoon hours. We'll get to about 19 degrees for a daytime high tomorrow afternoon, and then somewhere in that 18-19 range as well on Sunday. Park Ranger Donovan has joined me now.
Absolutely, Mr. Josh Clausen.
I see you directing traffic. I needed that a little earlier. 22 years I've been doing this. Yep. I've never gone to the wrong place until today.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what is wrong with you? Come on.
I don't know.
This was me directing, showing the waves of air, because, you know, air
is that what you're doing down here this weekend? Yeah. You're directing waves of air?
Yeah, air is a fluid. It's a fact that people should know. Air is a fluid, moves in highs and lows, coming through the Arctic low.
Absolutely, all about the isobars and all of that kind of stuff.
Go to the isobar after this, just me and you.
There will be a few people that want to do that. All kinds of great headliners here. What can people expect when they come down this weekend?
Oh my gosh, well, you're going to laugh, that's for sure. We got Kill Tony here tonight, and then the Trailer Park Boys tomorrow, Anthony Jeselnik. Martin Short is here with John Mulaney Sunday night, Mateo Lane and Fortune Feimster. It's a great weekend.
It is a huge lineup for this weekend.
I'm stuttering because I'm like, oh, and there's a
Don't worry, they're not watching right now. They're not judging you. It's going to be okay.
We're just alone in our own echo
and you know what? The weather's going to be fine this week.
Yeah. No, you know what? Even if it is a little bit of a sprinkle, we found that audiences bond together in that kind of trauma, and they laugh even harder. So it's surprising, but true.
Okay, the other thing people should know: no parking down here. Have a plan for how to get down here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got ride sharing. You got scooters. There's buses that bring you in. Float down the North Saskatchewan. Heck, do whatever you got to do to get down here.
Okay, or just get a hold of Park Ranger Donovan.
I've got 9 horses.
He'll find a way to get you down here. Great Outdoors Comedy Festival. Find them online if you want to get tickets or you want to find out how you can get down here. Donovan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Clausen.
Okay.
It's an honor working with you.
Back with your forecast in just a few minutes. Honors maybe a stretch.
That's true.
Scouts honor. Thanks, fellas. Still to come tonight on CTV News, making a splash. The water-based competitions happening around Edmonton.
Some of the top skiers in the world have considered it to be the best place they ever skied, so it's really exciting.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Arts organization in Edmonton is facing financial trouble. The Grindstone Theater provides an affordable space for local artists, but in order to keep doing it, it needs help from the public. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
It's hard to ask for help and say, we're not doing well.
But it's the current reality for the Grindstone Theater.
We provide subsidized space here at the theater so that artists can put on their shows. And I guess for a long time, we've just been eating that subsidy.
Usually, the theater is able to make up the difference through some of its main stage productions or events like its comedy festival.
But this past season, we just did quite a few shows that lost money, and you take a big swing, and sometimes audiences don't show up, and you take a loss.
The Grindstone operates this location in Old Strathcona, the Orange Hub Theater, and runs classes and summer camps. Through 90 different local producers, 360 shows are featured on Grindstone stages each year. Daniel Barker Tremblay has performed at Grindstone and says he can't imagine what he'd do without it.
And I shed a few tears because it means that means that much to me.
6 staff have been laid off and programming scaled back.
We're still in a danger zone, but we're not going to close our doors.
Martin says as they work to restructure and become sustainable, they will need help. They've launched a fundraising campaign with the hope people will consider becoming monthly donors.
So much of what we rely on is ticket sales, and we understand too that people get busy and go, oh, I wish I could have seen that. I love what you guys are doing. I wish I could have seen it. And we just want to create the opportunity for people to support us even when they can't make it.
The initial fundraising target is $40,000 to cover expenses by the end of August. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Some of the best young water skiers are in Edmonton this weekend for an international competition.
Some of the top skiers in the world have considered it to be the best place they ever skied, so it's really exciting.
The sport's rising stars will compete in 3 different water skiing events: slalom, trick, and jump. The athletes are from all over the world, including Germany, the United States, Australia, and Austria. One competitor says opportunities like this help him improve.
It's good for you because you can learn off others and you can look up to others, right? It just really helps with your skiing.
The event runs until Sunday. It's free to watch and anyone can attend. Divers are making a splash at the Kinsman Sports Centre for the Speedo Junior Elite National Championships. Divers competing this weekend earned their spot based on results from previous qualification meets.
This is like key for our sport. We want to really have the exposure, let people see how wonderful and how fun it is to do.
All the divers are between the ages of 14 and 18 years old. Dozens of young girls learning how to play golf are having a ball. The 2-day camp aims to get girls on the green, and it starts by getting a club in their hand at an early age. CTV's Nair Manisa tees up this story.
We're going to swing back, and I want you to feel like you bend your wrist like that.
A hands-on lesson on how to swing a golf club.
There it is.
This is the Come Out and Play Junior Girls Camp. For 2 days, 40 girls between the ages of 9 and 14 learn the basics of the sport. Some have played before.
I play with my dad, and when I was younger, he would just hold my hands and we would just go like that.
Others are picking up a club for the first time.
I'm not hitting the ball every single time.
But that's okay.
Yeah, that's a part of golf.
The goal is to give them the confidence to keep swinging.
In the middle of the hole.
It gives me great joy to see the smiles on the faces and the faces light up after they hit a good shot.
Paul Horton has been coaching for more than 40 years.
There's an increase of girls playing golf, and we're just trying to make it fun so that it's more accessible to the kids. It's meeting new friends and learning how fun golf can be, and then hopefully it grows and they can start playing with mom and dad.
The free camp is put on by Golf Town in conjunction with the City of Edmonton. The girls also get their own set of clubs free of charge.
You don't have to worry about being judged. You can just do it, and there's people here to help you. It's like easier as you keep on going and learning how to do it.
After a lesson at the driving range, it was time to learn how to chip.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, yes, you got one.
The CTV camera posing as a hazard on the green.
You get my camera.
Yeah.
The camp is teeing up a good time for the girls, giving them the skills to hit the links this summer. Nair Manisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Let's head back down to the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, where Josh has one final look at the forecast. Josh?
Yeah, and we just had a look at a Sasquatch mat that just kind of wandered around the grounds down here. Weather-wise, We're going to see dry conditions for the rest of this evening. Sasquatch might get a little wet through the course of the weekend. We'll get to that in a moment. First, take a look outside with the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam Action Furnace. Fixed right it's free. 25 degrees in Edmonton right now with some increasing cloud cover. 19 to the south in Red Deer as well. Grand Prairie at 19 degrees. Look at 30 and 28 in high level in Fort McMurray. Another scorcher across the north. Fort McMurray and areas to the south through Lac La Biche, Cold Lake, Bonnyville, St. Paul areas are under an air quality warning, though. The air quality is just horrendous, and it will continue to be that way right through the course of the weekend. And we may actually see a little bit of that smoke drift into the Edmonton area on Sunday. As far as tonight's concerned, we have some showers and thunderstorms bubbling up in through the Grand Prairie area, all the way south through Hinton and down through the foothills. Those will continue to track slowly off to the east-northeast for tonight. The severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect, that's now been ended. It's all just watches for the areas in yellow, and none of those severe thunderstorms are expected to hit the Edmonton area through the evening. You can see up until about midnight, all of that stays well to the west and to the south. Red Deer area, you could be in for some pretty big thunderstorms, though, overnight tonight. It's after midnight and through the morning hours tomorrow that we get our best chance for some either showers or periods of steadier rain, and that band of rain really stretches sort of all the way west to east across the province along the Highway 16 corridor. Looks like it'll taper off a little bit to just some hit and miss showers for later in the day on Saturday and into Saturday evening. So I don't think it's a complete non-stop rain day tomorrow. Especially the first half of the day looks wet, but after that, it's a little more hit and miss, and that goes for Sunday as well. Cloudy skies. I think we'll probably see at least some showers, but no really heavy, steady rain. Showers and thunderstorms as well in north and northwestern Alberta for Sunday afternoon. 14 degrees in Edmonton tomorrow morning. Should be in the 10 to 15 degree range all across central and northern Alberta. Highs near 30 again tomorrow in Fort McMurray. A little cooler as you move further south, though, and you get into that rain. Mid to upper teens for daytime highs. Red Deer, you get those storms tonight. Some showers possible tomorrow morning, but then just cloudy tomorrow afternoon. Here in Edmonton, mostly cloudy skies through this evening. It is a little breezy right now. That'll be the case for the next few hours. Wind will die down overnight, and then by lunchtime tomorrow and through the afternoon, it's back to gusting to around 30 kilometers per hour. Occasional periods of rain tomorrow. As we said, probably steadiest through the first half of the day, maybe 10 to 20 millimeters worth of rain. Daytime highs in the 18 to 20 range right through to Tuesday. It's not until Wednesday, Thursday that we get back to the mid-20s for daytime highs. Matt, should be a great night for some comedy down here.
Josh, is it a Sasquatch or did Donovan work and just change outfits? All right, Josh, enjoy the show. Thank you.
I can't tell, Yeti.
That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.